had an idea for a new watch or a watch link, and just started playing around with ideas on how to attach, different shape links together to make a band.
I think Chris was free and just went for something that he thought was really cool looking, and that's the result of that bracelet, which was the beginning of that project, and then it expanded into the face and the case. And when I first saw it, I thought it was brilliant. I thought, oh, this is wonderful stuff.
The idea of the clasp started with me making a design element on the outside of the case with a bolt, kind of like a fake cut through the case with a bolt. I was trying to fill some area out there just to give the watch balance. And Chris Petrillo, our watch brand manager, looked at that and said, well, why don't we make that a real feature and actually make it clamp around the puck and have it removable. So that's when I went forward and started coming up with ideas, different ways to mechanically grab the puck and have it come out of the watch.
And then it eventually developed into having the cam lever, which is really the defining feature of this watch, the ability to use that cam lever to unlock, pull out the puck, and lock it back in place.
We wanted to do it where you wouldn't need tools, and my first thought was a quick release, like a lot of parts on bicycles. The mechanics of it was fairly simple enough to where we knew how to do that. We just had to come up with the right shapes, how to make it come in and out of the design and still look good when it's in there. That was probably the most challenging part.
When I first saw this project, the FMJ project, I thought it's not an easy one. A lot of quite challenging things to develop, especially to this mechanism. And this mechanism is the outstanding part of this watch.
On this watch, Chris Goodman did a lot of the design and CAD work, and then had some continual input from Hans. And then we start working to fit the movement inside there. We built this watch around the ETACHRON 7750 movement. This movement is only used in special watches.
What makes the movement special in an FMJ is this certified COSC automatic movement. The tolerances of the movement are very, very tight. It means that this watch works very precisely, much more precise than a regular automatic watch.
It's an expensive movement. It's a mechanical, auto-mechanical movement, so there's no battery required.
It's almost like a piece of jewelry in the watch industry. That's what defines the Elite line. We don't have a battery, we have something more mechanical.
The FMJ project, that's 100% Chris. I just simply put the idea in his mind that he should keep going with that intensity all the way through to the end of the project, and that he shouldn't feel the pressure of finishing for any given date.
When I got about 2/3 of the way through the design of FMJ, that's when Hans stepped in and gave me some tips and advice on pushing the design further.
All I did was make suggestions on how to go further and how to push and explore more. But ultimately, that's all him.
My favorite part of the watch is probably the case back, and I like the face of the watch also. It has kind of the same look with the diagonal bars.
He also came up with this sort of blast plate on the bottom that hinged out, that you could see the mechanism underneath, and he echoed that on top as well in the face, which was very interesting. Had a lot of texture. A lot of the design elements in that watch really look and feel like Oakley, but it's still fresh and different, and when people see it, they go, oh, I gotta pick that up, I gotta touch it, I gotta feel it, and that's really what we're always striving for.
The hardest part about building a watch is coming up with a name. I mean, I would venture to say that we probably threw around 500 names before we came to FMJ. The Full Metal Jacket essentially is the clamping ring around the case container that is holding that jewel of a movement inside.
The distance or the length that we went to make the design and to make it work with the pocket watch and go back and forth, it's beyond some of the other products, so it puts it in the elite category.
I think they will always come with challenging things, as we said at the beginning. The materials, the finishings, the technique, the technical elements, they are always looking for new challenges, and if it wouldn't be like this, it wouldn't be Oakley.